Us, good evening, welcome. Us, Andy Sensei, good evening. Us, other Andy Sensei. Us, good evening. Welcome to our Thursday evening session. About 50 minutes this evening, training-wise. Nothing too hard or too much effort because my back is still not correct. But us, Harry, good evening. Us, Joe, good evening. Just a nice, slow, easy pace, but following on from Tuesday's lesson, that's what we're going to do this evening. And then I've got a plan, provided my back's okay next week, to ramp things up and have a little bit more exciting stuff next week for you, from a perspective of Kumite, that is. Good evening, Thomas. And hopefully that some of you now have started to look at our YouTube channel, which is Asahi Shotokan Karate, but also look at our website. I really want you to look at our website because I've been updating it with some photos and some information. I'm going to be updating it more over the next coming weeks, adding in the Brampton and Witchford dojos, so there's more information about those two, okay, because they're part of our organisation as well. And we're going to be discussing some other things that we might be doing that hopefully will come to fruition, and that you as students of Shotokan Karate can also look. Thank you, Beth, thank you very much. Yeah, me too. I hope my back does get better soon. It's improved, it's definitely not as bad. I've been stretching like crazy. Andy Sensei said the best way to get over a bad back is to stretch like crazy. And I listen to my osteopath every time I see him, and I'm using those stretches that he's given me to make sure I'm feeling better. If you've got an injury, if you're carrying an injury from whatever reason, then you need to always look after yourself when you're doing karate. It shouldn't stop you from doing karate, unless it's really bad, obviously. Good evening, Betsy, Michaela. You should be able to manage it, hopefully, in the way that I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm just doing things at a lower power, less speed. Evening, Huxtable Clan, good evening. Ashley, good evening. So I think I was told by my osteopath when I last put my back out, which I think was October time, that you shouldn't stop exercise, full stop. It's really important to keep the muscles going and working. I've got a back spasm. I know what I've got. Had it before multiple times, and now I know how to get over it. So Matthew, good evening. Caleb, Caleb, good night, good evening even. And so basically, if you've got an injury, you can still train. Okay, so we're in week 6 of the lockdown, and something I just wanted to point out was the increase in hair. Just look at this. This is turning into a mullet. Quite impressive. And I know all of my other sensei instructors out there are incredibly jealous because they don't have the same amount of hair as I do. Look at this, there's not a bald spot anywhere, no bald spots whatsoever. So I'm happy to share. So at the end of all of this, I will give Alana, good evening, welcome. I'm going to give my hair to the other sensei so they can share. They can share this and maybe make a toupee or a wig out of it to keep them warm and comfortable. Obviously I've got a lot of hair to get rid of, and I've got a lot of senseis without any, so hopefully that will help. Okay, so we're going to get going this evening. Again, nice and relaxed, no slow speed. Recap on Tuesday's lesson, okay, with Kaeshi, Ippon Kumite and Sanbon Kumite, and then we're going to I guess adapt slightly for higher grades. So the juniors can have a go to think it's not difficult, and have a little bit of fun with some techniques that we don't use in the dojo so often. Okay, so right. Apologies again for not doing a kneeling bow, but my back's not in a position whereby I can quite do that. Okay, arms rotating forwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, ko, jo, and backwards. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, ko, jo. Okay, right arm forwards. Figure of 8. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, ko, jo. And that was my left arm. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, ko, and jo. Okay, arms out. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok, sich, hach, ko, jo. Okay, just rotating. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rok. Rotating right way around. Sich, hach, ko, jo. Okay, arms forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, that should be your arms relatively warmed up, I think. I feel okay. Okay, just back stretches in, just as for me, not you maybe, but over to your right. When you're doing this, breathe out, relax, breathe in, breathe out, and relax. And just let the stretch go, let the body take the weight, gravity, let gravity work. Okay, and then back to centre, and then over to the left side. Again, remember to breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out again. And you just let yourself to continue to drop. And if you're lucky, like me, your back will be clicking like a good one. Not like me, I don't think. Okay, stretching up and back slightly. And I can't go much further forward than that, I'm afraid, at the moment. But okay, just shaking the hips. A little bit faster. Okay, just trying to loosen the upper body off. Okay, Zenkutsu front stance, just nice and long, nice and low. So stretching, keep the back straight, and the other way. Back to the front and onto the ball of the foot. Again, I'm not going as low as normal, I can't stretch quite the same as normal. And the other way. Okay, feet together, high sukudachi. Okay, so heels and toes together. Taking the right knee up. Hold your balance. Bring your knee up as high as you can. Keep it into the body. Remember to keep that balance. If you're wobbling, then supporting leg needs to bend a bit more. Okay, take the right foot out. Bring it back. And bring the foot back down. Take the left leg up. Again, bring it high. Bring it tight into the body. Foot out, back in, and back down. Okay, hips round. Okay, I don't know where you are, but it's been chucking it down rain all day, and now all of a sudden we've got a blast of sunshine coming in from the field, and it looks stunning. So, very fortunate not to have the noise that we had this morning, which was rain. Okay, Kyotsuke, so remember, straighten your gears, nobies. And ready. Okay, so we're going to continue Tuesday's lesson, a little bit interactive, okay, so, and we'll recap it, but then add additions. Okay, so the idea is to kind of do another level, as it were. We've got one level, we've one base level, and then we move up another layer or level, as the case is. Okay, so great. So we will continue with Sanbon Kumite to start with. So we'll just do the Jodan attack first of all with the other two techniques. Then we'll do the defences, okay, repeat that a couple of times, make sure we're happy. Okay, and then once we're happy, we'll then do it together. So you attacking, me defending, etc, etc. And then we'll put in the new elements. Okay, the new elements will be slightly different. Okay, so, right, ayoi. Okay, and step back, giran barai kimai. Ich. Okay, so remember we're following our enbusun as per normal, okay, our performance line down the centre of the body. So when moving forward, don't move the front foot, okay, just feel your stance, don't need to look down at all, just look straight ahead towards your imaginary opponents, okay, which will soon be me in a moment, okay, and we're only going to do it once, so Sanbon Kumite, okay, that's what we're doing, okay, and then we're telling the person our first attack, so in this case, Jodan, and attacking Jodan, Ich. Okay, and then continuing with Jodan Ni. And then Maigeri-san, Tia! With a kiai to finish. Yes. Hey, yeah, mate. So now imagine that you were receiving that. So before you were Tora being the attacker, now Uki, you are receiving. Okay, so you are taking back from your opponent. Okay, so Again, to help you, Jodan, first attack will come in, stepping back, Agyuki, ich, Soto Ryuki ni, and Gidan Barai, Gyakuzuki, ya, to finish. Hey, Ioi. So remember, Tora always steps back, Uki steps up. Okay, this is to maintain that mai that we talked about on Tuesday. Okay, great. Hey, okay, step back, Gidan Barai once more. Ich. Jodan. Ich. Ni. San. Ya. Apologies if my kicks are out of shot, but working in a smaller space, it's not so easy. I know you get a kick in the face, that's okay, that's fine. Okay, stepping back then. Jodan. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Ya. Hey, Gyakuzuki. Alright, os. Okay, so some key points to make here, that when you're attacking and you're Tora, okay, you are attacking your opponent. So when we start from the bow, we rei, we yoi, okay, and in that point we're engaged. We engage our opponents. This always makes the children in the dojo laugh. They always worry about getting engaged, means that horrible thing of getting then married. Sorry, not horrible thing. I forgot the wife's in the other room. The engagement with your partner, as if you were playing chess. Okay, so you're engaged together in combat, or certainly in this case, Kumite. So you bow, and you yoi. Okay, and you stand tall and you look at them. Okay, whether you look in the eye, I think is a good thing, but if you don't want to look in the eye or you find that difficult to start with, look at the bridge of the nose and come down to the shoulders and across. And this kind of triangle here, kind of in the shape of a coat hanger, is a good way of getting a peripheral vision of your whole opponent's whole body. Okay, from here I can see top of the head down to their little toes. And so you can see movement, But focus on them, they focus on you, so you work together. Okay, so when we're attacking, I just do the Jodan attack, there's our opponent. So in my case, it's 3 little cameras. Okay, so I say Jodan, and my attack goes straight to that point. Okay, and that's really what we've got to make sure we do, is that we're attacking to the line, the embusen, okay, and making sure that our punch is coming to the centre. Okay. Now, if my punch looks slightly off-centred to you, it's because the cameras on the iPhone are slightly off-centre as well. Don't blame me, blame the camera. So, Jodan, ich, ya! Okay, straight through. Likewise, when we're receiving, if that punch comes true, okay, then we should step back straight. Okay, block Agyuki, but we're in Hanmi, half facing, okay, because that's where we should be for blocking. Okay, and then again, the second punch comes in, we're blocking down the centre line here. Stop, don't overblock, don't underblock. Centre line here. Then the kick's coming down here, kick's coming here. 45 degrees to knock this out of the way, and yeah, Gyakuzuki, because our opponent is still here, down this centre line. I hope that makes some sense. So both people have the same amount of balance in terms of how this works. Since you're on Tuesday, we work like windscreen wipers to a point. It's an analogy that I use, okay, because people I think understand that in terms of old windscreen wipers. I know the new ones do this, not the same. So it's important that we get this balance. Attacker 100%, defender 100%. 100% attack, 100% defend. Not 50-70. 30-40, 60-80. No, there's got to be balance between the two. So when you're particularly grading, don't think that Jodan attacking is the time to rest. Actually, it's not. It's the time to prove that you've got a good attack. Because remember, we're basing your karate progression on not just whether you can defend, but also whether you can attack. Okay, and you understand both elements. That's really important. Again, it's finding that balance, as we keep talking about. Okay, so once more then, Sanbon Kumite. Okay, so stepping back just a little bit. You need about 2 meters. I've probably got a little bit more than that this evening, so I'll move the camera back ever so slightly. If you remember on Tuesday, I clattered the units behind me a couple of times. So right, hey oi, and step back, Gidan Barai, each. Looking at your opponent, Jodan, and attacking ich, and attacking ni, and attacking san. Yeah! And remember yame. This is all kihon, okay, so all basic. Next week we're going to change things. We're going to change things and we're going to do our techniques slightly differently. Okay, so right, and now receiving, last time. So Jodan ich, sotoruki ni, giranburai san. Yeah! Hey, yame. Hey, and right, os. Okay, so remember Sanbon Kumite can be anything. 3-step, that's all it means, or 3-person Kumite. So I think I said on Tuesday that I quite like having attackers from the sides. Okay, so when I'm here, we're looking at our opponent, we're turning, facing, attack, attack, and then maybe the opposite leg this side. So I like doing Sanbon Kumite that way. I also like one in front and one behind. So again, this way you face this person, then you rotate to your right, then you come back, then you go to your left, and then you come back, and you can change that, make different ways. Our Holly's joined the dojo. Quite amazes me how she avoids the tripod that the cameras are on, but she's quite good. So Sanbon Kumite can be anywhere. As I said to you before, 2 people half facing, so 45 degrees, a hand me, and attacking from 45 degrees. Really good way of doing it in a triangle. Okay, so that's quite good if you've got a team. We're going to wait for the dog to yelp because she's going to want to go outside in a second. So what we'll do now, we'll do it together. So I'll attack you, you can then attack me. You defend me, and then I will defend you, if that's okay. Okay, so ready, us. Okay, so make sure you have your distance correct. Make sure you'll check that with your partner, your mai. Okay, and ready, us. So remember, we bow together. We bow together and we bow facing each other. Okay, then we take a step forward, so we're making sure that our distance is correct. We check our distance by standing in hachidachi and fist to the chest. Okay, not to the face, to the chest. Okay, and then the attacker Tora, in my case, okay, I am Tora, you are Uki, and I will step back giranburai first. Ich. Jodan. Ich. Ni. San. Yeah. And remember, when we yame, I step back, you step up. Yame. And our mai should stay the same distance. And we work together. So we come back as a unit. We work together as a unit. This action of balance between the 2 parties, the 2 opponents, partners, whatever. Okay, so your turn. You step back, giranburai. You've checked your distance already. Okay, so you're in your position in giranburai. I'm in my position ready to receive. You will say Jodan. And I will us and ich and ni san. Yeah. Okay, you step back this time, I step up. We take a pace away from each other to raise safely. Us. Anyway, works. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So we're now going to do it without count. So I'm going to just do my bit, you do your bit, and then you do your bit, and I'll do my bit. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so, and then we'll move on. We'll move on to the second part, or the second level, as I said before. The second level, as I said before. Okay, so, ready, us. Jodan! Hopefully you counter-punched on that last technique. And yame. So I step back, you step up. Your distance should be the same. Step back, giranburai, and clearly state your intention. Jodan. Us. Remember, you step back, I step up. Maintain that mai. Take a pace away from your partner. And rate us. Us. Okay, well done. Very good. Hi Harry. Us Dylan, good evening, good evening. Us Alex and Lee, good evening, good evening. Us Emmy and Sarah, good evening, good evening. think we've said hello to pretty much everybody else. And I do apologise because I only get so much on screen when it comes up. Okay, so we're now going to do Sanbon Kumite, but we're going to do it ever so slightly differently. Okay, so we're going to do, I think the same attacks, but blocking wise we'll change the blocks. Okay, I had to think about changing the attacks as well, but I think we'll keep one element of it simple, and the next element maybe a little bit more challenging, more difficult. Okay, so the attacks will be Jodan, Chudan, and Maigeri, same as previously, but the blocks will now change. The blocks will now change. Okay, so block number one then. So stepping backwards, okay, because obviously we're defending. Okay, your hands come to your hips like so. Okay, and you come up. Jujuoki, Jujuoki. Okay, so X block, Jujuoki. Okay, so from this position again, hands here. Okay, make sure your shoulders are just relaxed. Okay, but your elbows are squeezed in. Your elbows are squeezed in, and you block here. Okay, then you're going to step back. Your second technique, your right hand, which should be on top, your right hand, which should be on top, will drop into Osayoki. Okay, juniors, you remember this from Heian Nidan. Okay, and Sandan and multiple other katas even. Okay, and back again. So right leg back, right hand on top. That's the best way to remember this. Okay, so Rei, Us, and defending, Jujuoki. So this is Jodan, Ich. Chudan punch coming in now, step back, Ni, Osei, pressing block, pushing down, pushing that punch down. Maigeri is coming in next, the Maigeri kick is coming in here, stepping back, Haiwanuki, Haiwanuki. Haiwanuki is back of the arm, Haiwanuki here. And then changing to Heito to finish. And Yami. So slight variation. Okay, just conscious the fact that I wanted to show you something different. So we don't use Jujuoki too often in Kumite. We don't use Osayoki too much in Kumite until we get to Ju Kumite, and then we use it a lot. And we very, very rarely use Haiwanuki in Kion Kumite. Where we do actually, we use it in one of our sets, don't we? We do now. But again, just a bit of variation on what we did on Tuesday. So once more, Rei, Us. Remember the three attacks are the same, okay? So you don't have to worry about the attacks. Okay, so stepping back, Jujuoki 1, Ich, and Ni, pressing, San, Haiwan, Ya, Gyakuzuki, make it harder, Ya, Heitouchi, Heitouchi. Okay, I quite like the Heito. Heito, as some people pronounce it, depends where you're from. Okay, so once more, right, Us. So, Jodan. If you say Jodan, I'll do this and show you how to do it correctly. Okay, so you say Jodan, Jodan, and Us, Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Ya. Hey, once more. So, hey, Us, Yoi, Ich, Ni, San, Shi, Ya. Hey. Alright. So the blocks that we're using, Jujuoki, X block, X block. I don't know if the Ju has got anything to do with the letter X in Roman numerals being 10, and probably not, just made that up. Sounds cool. So Jujuoki. Okay, where are your hands in terms of relation to blocking the punch? Imagine the punch going to come between these two, okay? So this is no good. We need to make sure that hands here, and effectively it's two shutos. So shutouki is this part of the hand here. Okay, not anything to do with the fingers or lower down the arm, but just this fleshy part from the crease in your hand here, okay, which might be your timeline. Mine's very short, so I need to hurry up. So here, but both these positions here. And if we make fists of those, okay, this block can be used in a different way, which I'm going to show you shortly with Kaeshi Ippon Kumite. Okay, so that's our first block here. Our second block, we've all done this before, particularly if we've learned up to the kata Heian Nidan. Okay, so if you've not learned Heian Nidan, Osayuki. So Osayuki is dropping block or pushing block, or the parry. Some people call it a parry. So pushing down, pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. When you do Kumite, so fighting Kumite, you use this block a lot. Nagashi, Osei, a very, very similar technique, but one goes across, down, etc. So the second technique is just a drop-in block, okay? And what this does is the punch comes in, it just parries it down, it takes the sting out of the punch, so the punch doesn't actually ever meet the body. It's a very good, powerful block. It doesn't look much, but I assure you it is particularly good. And then the third and final block is Haiwan. Okay, so Haiwan is back arm, back of the arm. Okay, and what you do is you rotate the elbow, not 90 degrees, not like the other blocks that we do. Okay, you do bend the elbow, but I would not say 90 degrees completely. Okay, so you're using the top of the arm, so this part of the arm here. Okay, where if you make a good fist, you'll feel the muscles here become extremely tight. You've got two strong bones here, big bones. Okay, and this makes it super powerful. Been in karate a while, your forearms will be pretty powerful anyway. So your high one will be strong and solid. Okay, so it's good for deflecting kicks. Such as maigeri. Important when blocking kicks, using both bones. Okay, using both bones because the arm is smaller than the leg and much weaker. But if we're using both bones to gain our power, then they work well together. They don't work as well on their own. Okay, so but that's about biomechanics. That's another story altogether. So again, we'll do this once more. Okay, then we move on to Kaeshi Ippon Kumite to recap, and then do the new bits in terms of Kaeshi Ippon Kumite. Okay, so ready? So again, if you wouldn't mind being my attacker, okay, so I'm visualising you, you're checking your distance and stepping back, Gidan Barai, okay, so your right leg is stepped back. You're looking me in the eye, good, well done, and clearly you're just going to say, Jodan! Os! Ich! Ni! San! Shi! Ya! Hey, ay. Okay, so now my turn to attack you. Might be more difficult for you. I appreciate this is probably more advanced for some of our junior students, and so maybe not so easy. But remember, karate is all about trying and having a go. It doesn't matter if you mess it up. You're not going to get hit by me unless I come through your TV or phone, etc. screen. Okay, so step back, Gidan Barai. Ish. Jodan. Ich. Ni, san, ya, and hopefully your Haito will be here, hitting me on the temple or here. Okay, so around this area, carotid arteries are here. Take the blood supply to the brain. Good place to strike. You want to stop someone from doing something bad to you. Okay, so remember, I've attacked you, so I will step back. Okay, then we take a pace away from each other, and we ready. Okay, so once more, we would do the same again. Okay, so I'm going to attack you and then you attack me back. Os. Jodan! Aya! Yamei, together. Check your distance, step back, Gidan Barai. Clearly state your intention. Jodan! Os. Okay, and bow. Os. You'll notice that I did a Gakazuki at the end there and not the Haito. I am the king of Gakazuki. I don't like Gakazuki too much. Oh dear, never mind. Okay, Us. Us Sensei is the last block in back stance. No, it isn't. No, definitely not. It's in front stance. Definitely not in front. So definitely not in back stance. It's definitely in front stance. So what Andy Sensei's just asked, good question. So again, we'll continue. You attack me. I'll show you again. So you step back, Gidan Barai, and say Jodan, and Ich, front stance. Ni, front stance. San, front stance. But ever so slightly offline here. Okay. So your hip is back for Haito to bring your hip in here. Us. So I hope that answers the question. We'll do it once more. Once more, you attacking me. Okay, so check the distance, step back, Gerambarai, and Jodan. And Ich. Zenkutsudachi Jujuki. Ni. Zenkutsudachi Osayuki. San. Zenkutsudachi slightly offline, bringing the hip back, Haiwanuki. Iya! Heitouchi. Yame. And ready. Okay, now you can make up multiple different ways of doing this. Okay, this is, as I said, Sanbon Kumite going forwards and backwards. I like to do it with people either side. Us, Andy Sensei, arigato. You can have people either side, 45 degrees, one in front, one behind. Okay, you can have two people in front of you. Now, I do enjoy that. Okay, in fact, there isn't a part of Sanbon Kumite that I don't like. So I think there's multiple ways of teaching this in the dojo, and I think it's a really, really strong part of karate. I think in some ways it can be better than Kihon Ippon Kumite because there can be more interaction on a like a combination type basis, if that makes sense. So you've got 1, 2, 3, so it's more of a combination type of attack. So maybe 3, because in a real Kumite fight, people rarely attack you with one technique. Generally, if they don't get you with the first one, they'll continue. So you need to know how to block, 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 and counter. Okay. If they get beyond 3, you're in trouble, so don't let them do that. Okay, so, but we'll teach more about that in the next coming weeks, etc. So now we'll do Kaeshi Ippon Kumite, so we're going to recap what we did on Tuesday, and then again just adapt it ever so slightly using one of the techniques we've just done, but then adapting that. Okay, so I hope that will make sense eventually, you'll see. Again, junior grades, stick on maybe the first part, okay, but maybe try the second part for a little bit of fun. I don't know if you've seen on our Facebook page, I put the video up of Christian Sensei and Zach Kohai. Their Kaeshi Ippon Kumite was on point. It was beautiful to watch, absolutely excellent. Zach is one of the biggest characters in the dojo, and Sensei Christian is the cleverest person in the dojo. So the two combined, it was fantastic to watch and see. And if you've got any sort of snippets like that, whether it be photos or videos that we can put on our pages or website or YouTube channel, then I really would like to see them, because it's great for me, builds me stronger, makes me happier if I see you doing so well. So if you've not had a look at that video, please watch it, because it's utterly brilliant. And I think they demonstrated it better than I did. So hey, us. So Kaeshi Ippon Kumite, remember what it means? It means return one step sparring. Okay, so that means that when you attack, you must remember you're going to receive really quickly. So it's I give you something, you give it back. Maybe slightly different sort of analogy than that. So I give you a present, you give me one back. Mine's a Jodan Tsuki, yours is a Chudan Tsuki maybe. So we will adapt this. So first of all, let's do it correctly. So we need to Rei, and Yoi. And I will attack first, okay, so I'll step back, Gerambarai, Ich. So my attack will be singular, one step, remember, okay. Kaeshi Ippon Kumite, we say that just once, we don't need to say it again, okay, and I'm attacking Jodan. Okay, then you will come back with a Chudan punch as it comes in. I block in Soto Uryuki and Gyakuzuki. Hey, I'm back. Okay, so once more. Jodan. Ich. You block Agyuki, then come back. Chudan Gyaku, Chudan Uizuki, Soto Uryuki Gyakuzuki is my block. And then come back. I step up, you step back. Okay, so we maintain this distance. Difficult to do with you not here with me, but you have to use your brain. As I say, in the dojo, it's about a balance. Person attacks, pushes the person back, person comes back, blocks, counters, both people come up together. Next person attacks, here, back together. Together. I'm hoping I'm making sense with all of that. Okay, so once more, Kaeshi Ippon Kumite. So we're attacking first of all Jodan, so step back, Gerambarai, Ich. So attacking Jodan, Ich. Then your punch comes in Chudan, Iya! Hey Gyakuzuki. time we'll change it. So this time you will attack Jodan and I will attack back Chudan. Okay, so again, check your mai, check your distance, step back, Gidan Barai, down the block, front stance, Senkutsudachi. Okay, ish, okay, good. And clearly state your intention where you're attacking Jodan. And us, you attack, I block. I come back, you block, Soto Uryuki Gyakuzuki counter punch. Okay, and I step back, you step up. Maintaining that mai. Us. Okay, I've lost my train of thought. I had something to say to your comment about that, but we'll do it again and it will come back to me, I'm sure, as we do this. Okay, so right, us. Again, you attack me if you don't mind, so step back, Gidan Barai, and clearly state your intention. I've remembered what I was going to say, that's good. Okay, so as you say Jodan, us, ich. And you will be blocking, counter punching. Hey, okay, so the thing that I was thinking about saying is being English, being British, our pronunciation of Japanese is probably not even close on a lot of the things that we say and do. I've been taking lessons whilst we're on lockdown and finding out that things I've been pronouncing for 30 years are incorrect is a little bit gutting, if I'm honest. I thought I was doing it correctly, but pronunciation, do the best you can, that's all I would always say. Japanese people are very forgiving and will understand that you're trying to learn, and probably actually respect you more for the fact you're trying to learn. But important that when we say where we're attacking, we are clear. We're clear where we're attacking. Jodan, Jodan means chin. Chudan, Chudan means stomach or hara sort of area. Maigeri means we're kicking maigeri to the stomach. Kiyagi, kokomi, mawashigeri. Okay. Gidan, Gidan means we're attacking downstairs. It's important that we say those areas clearly, particularly in Ippon Kumite, because remember this is a level that we're learning before we move to Ippon Kumite and in Ju Kumite, where we don't say anything, we just fight. Okay, so this is to enable you to be safe and practice Kumite in the dojo with each other in a way that is productive for both people, so you can move on to the next stage and next level, if that makes sense. Like I said before about building blocks of Lego, okay, we start with base layers, we put on other layers, etc, etc. That's how the belt system works as well, white, blue, red, orange, etc, etc, up to black belt. Black belt works on the same basis, first dan, second dan, ninth dan, 10th dan. You understand, I hope, that process is all about learning. So that layers of learning is the way to do stuff. Sometimes you have to take those layers off and go back to the beginning. And I think that's really, really good practice. Okay, so Kaeshi Ippon Kumite once more with this particular combination, and then I'm going to show you the new combination, which hopefully will be something different to do. Finishing at 10-2 this evening again, as we do on Thursday, so people can respect the frontline workers and NHS workers, etc. At least it's not raining, so we can at least step out the front door of the house. Okay, so right. So I will attack you first, and you will counter punch. Okay, with a Chudan Oizuki. And I will block Soto Urugi Gyakuzuki. Okay, that's good. Jodan! Ich! Iya! Iya! Hey, and your turn. Step back, Gidan Barai, and clearly state your intention. Jodan! Iya! And hopefully you've counter-punched there after your Soto Ryuki. But we come back together and we step away and bow. I hope that makes some sense. Remember what I said on Tuesday about kiai. Okay, Kumite is nothing without kiai. If there's no spirit, then there's no point. To be perfectly honest. So we have to have spirit. I think people are still quite self-conscious of their kiais. Particularly lower grades. I think that's a normal, natural thing. When I first started karate, mine was very, very quiet. My very first lesson at the Sandy Dojo, where I still teach now, I attended as a 6'1" man and with a group of about 20 little children. And they were screaming their heads off from the moment we got in there. And I think I might have made a grunt at the end of the lesson, and that was about it. I was shamed. It's horrific. But But from that little grunt came the first steps towards building one's confidence to be able to ki without carrying the world. And as my instructors will tell you, I ki ridiculously loudly. I'm not doing it in my kitchen because I do think we'll have probably the fire service, police and ambulance service here all in one go, because it will shatter windows. So we're now going to do a slightly different version of Kaeshi Ippon Kumite, so it's still return one step sparring. Again, remember, we're doing it forwards and backwards, but we don't need to do it that way. We can have people at the sides and front and back, etc., and you can have two people. But there are different ways of doing this, so we're just going to do it in a similar format to what we've done already, so people can be, so people understand. I'm going to ask you to attack me first. The first attack is going to be a Jodan Tsuki, so stepping punch, to keep it simple. Okay, I'm going to block you. You are going to step back with a different block. Okay, you're going to step back with a different block. I can hear Caleb's from Biggleswade. His ki is very true. He's got the cool ki. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to attack me first. I'm going to do the block, and then I'm going to show you how you can then receive my kick. Okay, right. So clearly state your intention, Jodan, and I will step back and block you. So Jujuki, okay, so we did this earlier in Sanbon Kumite. Now from here, my arms drop and I'm kicking my yeri to you here. So you can then perfectly well do what I'm about to do now. Okay, so I'll imagine I'm you, so I attack Jodan. Okay, and now I'm going to have to block a kick. I'm going to come down, Jujuki downstairs to stop a kick from kicking me. And then from here, coming into my chest, and I'm going to strike Jujuki, uchi. Ukis and uchis can sometimes get confused. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so Jujuki, Juju-uchi. Okay, so that might be slightly confusing, and I'll explain myself slightly better. In my head, this worked, 10 minutes before we started. As my senseis will tell you, my best lessons come in Moxu. We're not doing Moxu this evening, so they kind of, I'm not going to say I wing it, but I've been doing it for 30 years, so it's worked okay. So, let's work this here. It will work, I promise you. It will work, I promise you. Okay, so if I attack you, okay, so I'm going to attack you, you're going to step back and block Juju Uki, okay, easy for me to say. Jodan, ich. So you've now blocked that punch. You've pushed up with both your hands, okay. You're then coming back with a kick. I'm stepping back, Juju Uki, blocking here, okay. Important, my fists are vertical, not like this. Not like this, this is incorrect. Okay, here, to stop the kick. Use the powerful knuckles on the top to stop the kick. Into my chest, I then open the hands as I strike. And so all of a sudden, the block changes to a strike, and this strike will be going here, across the throat area. Not very nice, but it's a cool technique. So, once more, I will bow, hopefully you will too. I will step back, Gidan Barai, Jodan, and you will block Juju Uki. Ich, Iya. Okay, so you've blocked that, you're now coming back Maigeri, I, Iya. And I have now hopefully attacked you. Okay, so your turn to attack me. Okay, I'm going to block Juju-uchi. You're going to attack with an Oizuki, stepping punch to my chin. I'm blocking Juju-uki. I'm then going to come back at you with a Maigeri. Okay, and from your punch here, your right arm's going to come down, right hand on top, and you're going to block my kick. Fists together, remember, fists together, not open hands. Lose your fingers. Fists together. Then you come into your chest just to gain that little bit of momentum and power and strike. And you're going to strike here. So the carotid arteries. I was thinking I could do this to myself, but I can't. so here. Imagine the head is through here, but these hands will be the other way around. That has not worked. Anyway, So, you say Jodan. Aya! Okay? Yeah, mate. So once more, I'll attack you, you block, counter punch, or counter strike, okay? And then we do it the other way around. I hope that's making sense. It's not everyone's going to be able to do this, and I don't think I've ever taught it this way actually, with all juju-uchis and juju-ukis, but I thought it'd be fun. So just do your best, have a go, gambate, okay? So juju-uchi, juju-uki, juju-uchi, okay? Uchi, uki, sorry, uki, uki, uchi. Oh dear, it's all falling apart, isn't it, towards the end? Never mind. Us. We know what we're doing now, I'm sure. Step back, get embryo. Ich. Jodan. Ish. Blocking juju-uki. Kicking back maigeri. Blocking juju-uki. Striking juju-uchi. Kiai. Yeah. Okay, good. Likewise, you step back, get embryo. Blocking juju-uki. Say Jodan. Us. Ich. Ni. Yeah. Hey, and Henry, us. What's that saying I have in the dojo? Is it do as I say or do as I do? I can't remember, but I think on this occasion, do as I do, but not as I say. I think I'll switch it around in the dojo. So hopefully that makes sense. We'll do it one very last time before we finish this evening. So ready? I'll attack first. You're blocking Jodan Juju-uki. Jodan, ich. So make sure you've got good X block there. Okay, then kicking back maigeri. I block Gidan Juju-uki and then strike Jodan Juju-uchi. Likewise, you now attack me. Step back, get embryo, and clearly stay your attention. Jodan. And block in. Ich. Aya. Ni. Hey, and take a pace away from each other, and ready, us. Excellent. Okay, well done. Good, us. Well done. Okay, so just a couple of things for me to say. We have got a kata competition at the moment. We've got a challenge actually, more than a competition, and it is the black belts versus the Q grade. So Udansha versus Q. Okay, and the challenge was quite simple. The black belt instructors, those that could, would do Kanku Dai and have themselves videoed, okay, and then send that video into me. I will then forward it onto the specialist visual effects team, I think we're going to call them, and they will create a movie of all of our Kanku Dais in one. So you will see potentially 14, 15 people doing one kata. Okay, so they do a move at each sort of type thing. And then we asked the juniors, just over a couple of weeks ago, to do the same. So, but your kata was much easier, it was Heian Shodan. I say much easier, but is it really? Not having failed my black belt on it, I don't believe it is. So we're then doing Heian Shodan for the Q grades, and the same process. Send me your kata, okay, and then I can forward it onto the visual effects team, and they can make your movie as well. So there'll be two to see. There'll be a black belt version and a Q grade version, and then what we'll do is we'll have a public vote as to see who thinks the Q grades are the winners. I can pretty surely confidently say that it will be them and not us as black belts, but I think it'll be a little bit of fun. I quite enjoyed, before I put my back out, doing Kanku Dai in the garden. I have to say it went better than I thought, but it's wherever you are, you know, it's not easy, and some people are using much more confined spaces. I'm very fortunate to have a garden, so just you know, do it as best you can, and we will do what we can with the image that you send us. The best way to send it to me is by WeTransfer. Okay, I found out how easy that is. It's ridiculously easy to use. If I can use it, then any of you can, and then I can then forward it on by WeTransfer to the people that are doing the visual effects team. Okay, so hopefully that all makes sense. We're back on Tuesday, but don't forget, tomorrow night at 6 PM, okay, so 6 PM, you can join me for a Q&A session, no more than an hour. Let's be honest, if there's only 2 people on there, we'll probably only be about 10 minutes. But if you want to come and ask me some questions about my karate life, history of karate, techniques you're not sure about, kata problems, anything you want to ask, it's not going to be, we're not going to be doing karate, we're just going to be chatting about it, okay? And I'll be talking to you and letting you know what I can in terms of answer to your questions. And of course, anything that we don't know the answer to, as in we, I say I, me, then I'll find out for you. I have a couple of oracles in the dojo that I can always go to. Sensei Andy is definitely one of them, and Sensei Ken is the other. So those two, what they don't know isn't worth knowing. I know a lot, but I think between the three of us we should have everything covered. So it's really important, if you can join us, that'd be great. If you've got any questions you want to send in because you're not going to be able to do it live, then send them to me. Okay, so you can do it by Facebook Messenger, by WhatsApp, or find some other mechanism to message me. Okay, it'd just be really good to have a little bit of a chat. Okay. People keep asking me about Zoom, people keep asking me about whether we can do classes like that. I don't have the facilities to be able to use Zoom on that kind of scale at the moment. I'm using Zoom with a couple of friends and for work on a couple of occasions, but with only 1 or 2 numbers. I only have mobile phones, I don't have a laptop. So my apologies for not being able to do that at the moment. So at this moment in time, it will continue that we use the Facebook channel, and we will continue putting the things on the YouTube channel as well. Okay, so please have a visit to that. The first kata video is up here in Jodan. I hope it's okay. I hope it helps you learn. I try to do it slowly, deliberate sort of techniques, overemphasising possibly some of the moves more than we would naturally in the kata. But it's again, it's my first attempt at putting anything out there online for you to look at and hopefully help you. I've done it facing the camera and reverse because I've been told that both ways help people. I'm going to upload Nidan and Sandan before the end of the weekend, and Yondan I can do the front way, but that's when I put my back out, was when I did it the reverse way. So anyway, hopefully we'll get all of those katas up there at some point. I'm going to put Teki on there as well, but that's from a video from a few years ago. We'll finish there. Thank you so much as always for supporting the clubs and our organisation. It's really important that we keep training, it's really important we keep talking, it's really important we keep meeting like this as much as we can. If you can't do certain lessons, you can do catch-ups, because this is posted on the Facebook page usually the evening of the lesson, if not the day after, and then repeated again on YouTube. Speak to you soon, take care, jamatane, see you soon, see you later, good night, konbanwa, Don't forget, hair donations soon.